Hello and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X, where we are gonna finish this series today. Yeah, we're already done with gameplay, so I'm just gonna read the rest of the Collectopedia at you guys and girls and anyone who's listening, really. Just got Sylvalum and Cauldros left, so let's get to it. Is that supposed to be Rogue or Rouge? Because I know it's not rouge like the color, but yeah, I'll go with Rogue. Rogue Daikon, a radish with interlocking roots that resemble the DNA double helix. Its grand appearance is sadly not matched by its lame radishy taste. Dosorum bean. Beans that increase the effects of alcohol, often leading to dangerous results. Drinkers are advised to find a different bar snack if at all possible. Yaya sesame. The casing of this plant contains seeds finer than a grain of sand. Shaking it produces a pleasant, rhythmic sound that is sure to calm moods and relieve stress. Pale maize. A blue-white crop with an appearance similar to corn. As the plant grows, its seeds fill with gas before finally detaching and drifting away on the wind. Well, that's interesting. Misaria celery. A rare type of celery that arises only from the crevices of deceased fauna soaked by incessant rain. Its taste depends entirely on the type of carcass from which it grew. Nasty. Cluster papaya. Brimming with energy, this mysterious fruit is prone to cataclysmic explosion upon impact. Tread carefully when harvesting. Emerald grape. A grape with patterned, jewel-like seeds. Though for the most part immensely sour, it is also known to turn sweet on rare occasions, bringing joy to all who eat it. White cassis. A fruit that contains white snowflake-like seeds. It has a harsh and bitter flavor, and is often used as a pick-me-up for those residing in colder climes. Coldberry, a fruit that captures the surrounding cold air, so cold as to induce frostbite with a single touch. It can only be eaten after being brought to room temperature. So all these things that are supposed to be cold, and this mention of colder climes, makes me really wish we had an actual, snowy continent on Mira. I mean, Sylvalum's got its white sand, but it's still just sand. Snowy mountains can be absolutely gorgeous. Just, look at Northrend in World of Warcraft. They actually did a really good job, especially with, storm peaks. So yeah, it would have been nice to have a snowy mountain type place. Lots of harsh peaks and ice and all that. And yeah, we went over this. Shido persimmon. A lack of flesh is made up for by numerous edible seeds. Although bitter, they are quite addictive, causing eaters to devour them without pause. And I missed the word also in there. Good job, me. Bood mugwort. Glistening leaves sprout from this plant's long, narrow stem. If blended with saliva, they produce a viscous liquid that coils around the throat and restricts breathing. Oh wait, we need to go to the rest of the flora too. Exploding pansy. A flower that emits an explosive sound when it detects any type of noise nearby. Stalk it like a ninja unless you want to be blown to kingdom come. I thought it emitted an explosive sound, not an actual explosion. Or is the sound so loud that it can still blow you away? Sese lily. A plant with a ringed stem that emits a single soap bubble once a day. And yet we see 2 soap bubbles in the icon. These bubbles carry pollen that gives birth to the next batch of sese lilies. Antorus rose. A rose with petals that can be used as dyes, which can then be combined to form any color on the spectrum. It is said that these vivid colors will never fade. Shea Catalia, a flower that shines with the beauty of the finest jewels. As it blooms by stealing nutrients from other nearby plants, it also doubles up as a handy weed killer. Penguinian, a bird covered in mysterious markings. Intelligent enough to understand language, it can easily avoid all but the most clever of predators. Beeporge, a small raccoon covered in soft fur that takes great pleasure in grooming its fellow creatures. It will even give Skells a scrub if given the chance. How convenient. Medusa squid, a squid-like creature with 20 tentacles sprouting from its head. Though it often attacks other creatures, it rarely emerges victorious. Good job, squid. Dire sheep, a sheep-like animal with abnormally long, soft fleece that is ideal for use in clothes. It's an unusually ill-tempered beast, so approach with caution. White sand beetle, a beetle-like creature that feeds on white sandy spores. It nests in the cliffs of Sylvalum, burrowing deep before packing itself next to its fellow beetles, like so many sardines. Bye-bye beetle. This blue beetle takes to the skies 1 month after hatching and, for some unknown reason, flies until it reaches the point of exhaustion. Glassy cricket. A cricket with a gossamer thin shell. Gossamer thin shell. Handle with extreme care, as this fragile insect will often shatter when caught. Poor thing. Rainy cricket. A giant cricket that sleeps in the sand and rarely ventures above the surface. Aggressive in its short waking hours, it will attack on sight. Crystal butterfly. A splendid butterfly that flies on vivid violet wings adorned with fine crystal scales. It's slow to reproduce, but boasts a lifespan of over 300 years. Snowy angel hair. A white, furry insect that drifted to Sylvalum on the wind. Indistinguishable from a spore, it is quite difficult to find, though it is said to bring luck to any who do so. And I've got 4 of them. So is this Pomeo? I hope it is. Pomeo spore. A spore that floats through the skies of Sylvalum and attracts nearby atmospheric particles, giving it a gem-like sparkle. Jagitos copper. Extraordinary heat diffusivity properties give this substance the ability to maintain a negative temperature, no matter what environment it is placed in. That ought to be very, very handy for a lot of things. Grandon rock. A rock that registers no value when placed on a scale. You still wouldn't be happy if someone chucked it at your head, however. So what, it's got mass but no weight somehow? Tauman acid. A chemical produced when rainwater reacts with an unknown airborne substance. It's harmless for living organisms, but can dissolve most inorganic matter. Fullerene coral. A tree-like long-based land-based, not long-based. Where did I get long? A tree-like land-based coral. Care is needed when handling, as the fragile coral breaks quite easily. Acton rock shards. Despite being inanimate, these rocks appear to take root and grow. As a result, they are often mistaken for shrubs and trees. Dringslick. This constantly moving mud flow was originally thought to be an earthquake, but in fact, only the surface moves. Insects can often be observed hitching a ride on the top. Cordless transformer. A device that wirelessly transmits energy particles from one point to another. This functionality led to great space savings aboard the White Whale. Hard skin. A paper-thin protective material, its toughness and resistance to heat belies its thickness. Decoy DNA, a uniquely effective device that emits false DNA signals in order to confuse pursuing hostile aliens. LOO2 Dagu Heat Ray, a high-energy laser mounted on the white whale. It has since been decommissioned, but the scars of battle still stain its scorched barrel. Ahab Autonomous AI, a portion of the AI system installed on the white whale, reliable and sound of judgment. This essential component of the flight was unfortunately destroyed during the crash landing on Mira. Spirit Wand, a branch adorned with hundreds of beautiful Miran flowers. It is used by the Nopon for spiritual worship. Camo Cloak. The cloth used to make this cloak imitates its surroundings. It looks to have been invented by an advanced civilization that has since gone extinct. Stargazer, a long cylinder with carefully aligned stone lenses, often used as a telescope to view the stars. Unusually expensive for something that brings so much joy. Spore Balloon, a spore repainted by the Nopon and sold as a child's balloon toy. Its value tanked when the true identity was finally discovered. Straw Buoy, a flotation device made from straw. Though it starts out as a huge straw ring, it rapidly shrinks to a more compact size when it contacts water. Yabu Yabu Ointment, a plant-based ointment used by the Nopon. It fell out of favor when its medicinal effects were found to be negligible. Shimmering Skin, a high-tech lava suit made from unknown materials. Unfortunately, as it operates on biometrics, it will destroy itself if worn by any species other than its original creator. Dedalid Device, an excessively large hoop-shaped device that equips to the arm. The alien tech and size of the device mean that it is not easily handled by human operators. Missile wiring composed of countless fiber cables. Using this wire allowed for free control of launched missiles. Berserker Unit, an item used to induce a rage-like state in battle. If given to one not able to tolerate the medication's effects, however, instant death is a certainty. Thunderbolt Emblem, a banner emblazoned with the crest of a militaristic alien clan. Its content boasts of that particular group's achievements on the battlefield. Trying Crown, a tight-fitting crown that can only be removed by breaking it, thought to have been used in torture. Intelligent Liquid Metal. There is said to be a large body of high-level info embedded within this liquid metal. Unfortunately, the liquid is currently inert and remains just out of reach. Affinity Soul Chain, a chain of unbreakable triangular rings that are impossible to separate. Upon witnessing its unwavering strength, the curator Quincy gave it this name to symbolize the bonds between friends. Hello, Transmitter. This looks like some kind of transmitting device, but no one knows where it is transmitting to. The interceptor Ada named it after mumbling hello, hello into it numerous times with no response. Star Maker, a black box planetarium that projects an image of the galaxy Mira inhabits onto nearby surfaces. The Pathfinder Mondo named it as he gazed in abject silence at the projected stars. Stone Screw, a screw made of stone that, despite being entirely natural in origin, can actually be used as in the way the name suggests. After naming it, the Pathfinder Astea did in fact put it to use as a screw. Queen's Rapture, a snowy white angelic feather that shimmers with an air of refined nobility. The Harrier Greta gave the item its name as she gazed at it, enraptured. Flowering Egg, An egg-shaped object that plays host to a variety of different flower species. Upon witnessing said flowers breaking out from the egg's shell to bloom, a speechless prospector called Gale gave it this name. Brilliant green liquid. The liquid within this tube emits a brilliant green glow, but the unknown energy it produces is of no use in current weapons. The prospector Leland Cole named it while laughing heartily. Double helical salt. A mysterious white object with a double helical structure. The curator Caracas discovered and named it, but died of poisoning after tasting it. Delightful. And now we're at Cauldros, our last stop. Kiatara onion. Peeling this onion's skin reveals an inedible middle. The subtly sweet taste of the outer layers, however, is something to be savored. Charged cayenne. A chili pepper infused with the energy of lightning, guaranteed to bring even the strongest to their knees. It's more at home in the arms industry than a kitchen. Bramblue shoot. This may look like a tree, but it feels and tastes like bamboo. The fiercer indigents of Cauldros often use its outer cap to polish their fangs and tusks. Belzadozebu scallions. A poisonous black root that can kill even the largest of creatures. If left unchecked, it eventually ends its own existence as deadly toxins spread throughout its cells. Nightmare pineapple. A black pineapple dotted with eye-like reticules. Those who touch it are said to be sent into a fit of nightmares, only recommended for the strong of mind. Mottled mums. A fig with strong purification effects that thrives even in bad soil. So strong are its effects that it has the ability to diminish vital nutrition if taken without cause. Iron akebi fruit. With a skin as tough as iron, this akebi is well equipped to surviving its harsh environment. Having existed for countless millennia, there is doubtless extremely vital genetic information dormant within. Lava chestnut. A heat-resistant seed often found in lava that forms into fruit-bearing rock upon cooling. Though sweet and nutritious, it remains a tough nut to crack. Gulali. A fruit with a meaty taste. Heating brings about strange anomalies in its flavor, with high temperatures evoking beef and low temperatures pork. Poron tulip. A large pollen-filled flower known for its rapid expansion. The pollen is unusually appetizing, making it much sought after by the Nopon. Jaharmum. A golden chrysanthemum that grows and reproduces by drifting on the winds of Cauldros, absorbing sulfur as it goes. Just before death, it takes on the form of a sulfur crystal. Bogano weed. A hardy plant that refuses to burn even in the fiery rains of Cauldros. It is, however, extremely sensitive to cold. Muranadium. No wildlife or species can resist the charms of this plant. Harvested almost to extinction by the ancient Mirans, now it can only be found deep inside Cauldros. Gibney jackal. A rare species only found in Cauldros. At first glance, it may be mistaken for a wolf, though its fearsome ruby eyes can be seen for miles. Lava fox. A fox-like creature that draws nutrition from lava. Any other liquid will result in instant death, so their numbers tend to fall considerably after heavy downpours. Dulcet goose. A bird resembling the humble earth goose, but with an entrancing or angelic call. This good-natured bird will use its voice to guide others out of harm's way. Demon boar. A five-eyed, boar-like beast. Despite its demonic appearance, it is surprisingly timid, often fleeing in terror at the sight of the smallest insect. Gun snake. A snake-like reptile that subsists on iron ore. Its stomach contains mounds of undigested rocks that are used as bullets to keep approaching predators at bay. Shooting firefly. After hatching, this larva ages and dies within the same day. Its rare glow is beautiful to observe. Abyssal cricket. A huge red insect that shoots fire from its mouth, often igniting natural gas spumes in the process. It is the prime suspect in many unexplained explosions. Cetacegum beetle. I hope I pronounced that correctly. A very large beetle that can reach over 3 feet in length. It will imbibe and expel large volumes of water whenever threatened. That's a big beetle. Bullet fly. A tough-bodied and incredibly fast fly. Getting in their way will likely result in serious injury, so be careful when wandering the wilds of Caldros. Prickly cricket. An energetic cricket that is always busy stockpiling food. It attacks if disturbed, especially if it comes in contact with its nemesis, the vagabond ant. Cleord oil. This treasured red oil is found on Caldros surfaces during rainy days. It looks eerily like a pool of blood to the naked eye. Zagurin cragstone. An organic steel forged in the heat of Caldros' lava lakes. It boasts legendary hardness due to its many layers. Autica powder. While this appears to be a powder, it behaves more like a plant. It can often be found clinging to rocks, much like a form of moss. Rogebra shockstone. This rock, formed in a lightning storm, stores lightning energy. It provides an electrical charge like a battery, but can be quite unstable. Zalon dirt. A fertile soil that feeds by dissolving and absorbing insects and certain small animals. Most geologists believe it to have fine agricultural potential. But the soil feeds? Doesn't that mean it's an organism? Cooling lava. A fragrant form of lava that can be eaten once cooled. Though completely non-toxic, it still may be a while before the item appears on the menus of New LA's finer restaurants. Solar wind converter. This device captured gas released into space by stars and converted it into energy for use in the propulsion system. Oxygen air brake. A braking mechanism that ran on pure oxygen. It could also be weaponized for battle situations if necessary. Exalting paint. A fluorescent paint used on the white whale. A high phosphorescence gives it the ability to emit absorbed light without a reduction in intensity. Auto posturizer. A posture control apparatus that protects against spatial disorientation during interstellar journeys. Primarily used by crew members undertaking repair details outside the ship. Planter. A device that extracts water from rocks in order to aid the process of planetary terraforming. The discovery of Mira has rendered it somewhat pointless. FN Prototype 3. One of the prototype models created during the development of Frontier Nav. Not as advanced as the data probes currently in use, but not a bad effort. Octopus regulator. For regulating octopuses. No. A remote-controlled body featuring several limbs protruding from a spherical center. It is of a particular use for those conducting sensitive operations in the vacuum of space. Extra-large cash box. A piggy bank used by ancient Nopon. Legend claims that those who broke it open before it was full would have money trouble for the rest of their days. Bogano sleeping bag. A fire-resistant 20-foot-long sleeping bag woven from bogano weed. Originally made by giants, but now used as a yurt by grateful Nopon. Icarus wings. An invention of Nopon who dreamed of taking to the skies. Shockingly ineffective, though that doesn't deter the many Nopon who optimistically plummet to their deaths each year. Dark Lantern. A hand lamp that uses a secret Nopon oil formula to emit a beautiful light. Due to difficulties in producing the oil, such lanterns rarely shine anymore. Stone Lens. A polished, transparent stone often used as a lens. Nopon also value it for its ability to start fires. Charred Crock. A giant black vessel fashioned from lava, said to have been constructed by a now extinct civilization. Sharpening Stone. A hard stone carved into the shape of a hammer and used in construction. For some reason, the whole tool is carved from stone, not just the head. So is this supposed to be crampoline or trampoline? Probably crampoline. That's what I'll go with. A Nopon-sized trampoline made from an elastic, rubberish material. Once used at festival time, it has since been banned after a slew of injuries and lawsuits. Pan Analysis Chips. An item able to view and detect the entire range of electromagnetic waves, including infrared. It is also able to stand in for microscopes and telescopes. Savage Claw. Specialized alien battle claws that appear to be used more as catalysts for energy-based attacks, rather than for actual hand-to-hand fighting. Elemental Battery. This device transforms airborne particles into electrical power, ensuring an almost inexhaustible supply of energy. It seems to have been used as a weapon by certain alien races. Spatial Control Jointer. A deceptively strong yet compact part for jointing and supporting large objects above the ground. Is currently used as a gravitational control device. Dithblade Fragment. Blade fragments from an alien skull. Its materials exhibit properties of both great strength and extreme lightness. It also appears to contain a slight electrical charge. Voltant Scanner. The panels on this item contain lamps that inform of any nearby toxins. As it requires alien-based technology to function, it doesn't seem to be usable by humans. Shame, that would be handy. Book of Death and Rebirth. This book is worn to nigh unreadability, but the illustrations of giants depicted within feel somehow nostalgic. Letrick, the cathedral overseer, broke into tears upon seeing it and gave it this name. Savage Sketch. A tablet depicting a scene of terror involving people fleeing from a dragon-like beast. Excited by this unknown creature that may or may not even exist, Prospector Vera came up with this name. Doom Mask. Seemingly both mechanical and organic, this mask-shaped object has the ability to absorb bodily fluids. The outfitter Alexa gave it its name in a fit of excitement. Superior Scepter. An ornately decorated scepter, speculated to have once been utilized as a ceremonial piece for ancient nobility. Pathfinder HB thought it a perfect fit for himself and gave it this name. Really, HB? Really? Megajolt Rattle. Though it looks like a baby's trinket, the noise this rattle produces when shaken has the power to fell buildings. A prospector named Ginger gave it its name, and it is currently being researched as a weapon. Capricious Kettle. A cauldron that billows with thick black smoke and is engraved from top to bottom with strange symbols. After discovering it, the prospector Harvey gave it a fanciful name in hopes of selling it for big money. Rod of Brutality +10. A cylindrical rod with a complex, dimpled surface. While it somewhat resembles a key, the murderess's first thought was how she could use it to pummel people. Suffice to say, she came up with the name. So I guess she likes to play RPGs. Mega Muscle Builder. A shock-absorbing component that seems to have been used in ancient automatons. The interceptor Giotto used it as exercise equipment and gave it a name to suit his personal tastes. And that's it. So, yeah. That is it for this entire game. I hope you have enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing. Certainly not a perfect game, but it's definitely got a lot going for it. And, yeah, that's it. See you in the next game.
Over here.
Not over here. I was just trying to wave goodbye. Do I have any? Do I have... I don't seem to have any emotes to say goodbye. Other than maybe this one. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't think it worked either. See you in the next game, friends.